Hi, we're Tennessee Twin, and this is Live in the Living Room.
Captain of the team, really quite the man. Girls around his feet, and a trophy in his hand. He's drinking with the homeboys, time to raise the roof. Jamie only holds his own when he's drinking zero proof. Come on in, take a seat, you'll be amazed by who you meet.
But it's still a degree. It's scandalized and been our own tip job.
Waiting tables
at the local bar. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, away for the weekend.
One's at a party, the other's seeing a friend.
Had enough champagne, had enough to eat.
Guess for them the next stop is the hotel down the street. Come on in, take a seat, you'll be amazed by who you meet.
No, it probably ain't the life your mama planned for you. Stop and learn what you see. It ain't school, but it's still a degree. It's scandalized and been our own to job. Waiting tables at the local bar. And the secrets are all here to see. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. Oh, come on in, take a seat. You'll be amazed by who you meet. No, it probably ain't the life your mama planned for you. Stop and learn what you see. It ain't school, but it's still a degree. It's scandalized and been our own tip job. Waiting tables at the local bar. Waiting tables at the local bar.
Welcome to episode 6 of Live in the Living Room. I'm your host Dom from Country Chat with Dom. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell just so you don't miss any content coming your way. We've got so many great artists coming up. Be sure to follow every single artist that comes on the shows as well, because that's what we're here for. We're here to promote and to broaden the horizon of some of these artists. Now, kicking us off today was Tennessee Twin, which was chosen by our founder, our creator, James, who created Live in the Living Room. Fantastic. They performed Waiting Tables. Be sure to give them a follow on their social media handles, which are just below. Fantastic. Now, coming up next is an artist that has been chosen by the award-winning DC Brown. Here is Tommy Winn with his upcoming single, Ellie Dalton.
Ellie and her father were surrounded on all sides. It's time to leave, I'll hold them off. Get on your horse and ride. Ellie wasn't leaving, she'd protect the land they own. Those Wesley boys can think again if they want to take our home. Run, Ellie, run. run, you can still stand tall. The Wesley boys were closing in, there was chaos everywhere, and a father caught one in the chest, fell back in his chair. Ellie screamed, Papa, no, she knew it was too late. The Wesley boys were coming hard as they rode on through the gate. Run, Ellie, run. Please don't end it here. You can start a new life, let them have it all. Run, Ellie, run. You can still stand tall. Wesley's offered one last chance, or it'll be too late. And a father pleaded one last time, let this be your fate. But Ellie ran out on the porch and had a message for them all. With a father's dying breath, he watched the Wesleys fall. Run, Ellie, run. Please don't end it here. He taught that girl how to fight, to never live in fear. Deep inside he always knew Ellie would never run.
Absolutely fantastic. That was Tommy Winn with his upcoming single, Ellie Dalton. Thanks as always to DC Brown for bringing these great artists to the show. Be sure to follow Tommy on his social media handles just below, and DC Brown as well, because there's just so much great content that both people provide. Such great music. Coming up now is a track that has been chosen by Nick Cantwell. Now, Nick is the founder and director of Bells and Gals, and here is Mayah Herlihy with her song, Where I'm Supposed to Be.
What it really feels like to be Thank you.
Mayah really is something special, isn't she? That is just such a beautiful song, and there's just such a unique tone to Mayah's voice. Just so beautiful. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Nick, for bringing Mayah onto the show for your choice. Brilliant. Be sure to be following Mayah on her social media handles, which are just below. Now, you're tuned into episode 6 of Live in the Living Room. Are you following us on social media yet? If not, why not? Because you could be the first to know which artists are coming up on the show. Now, coming up next is the selection by James's right-hand woman, Rachel Selleck from Scarlet River Management. Here is her choice from the Jackson Line with Brave.
Standing in front of me, saying that you wanna go, that you know for so long. But how was I to know everything was wrong? Don't tell me that it's brave to say I'm sorry, but I'm leaving. Don't tell me that it's brave to stay when your heart's already gone. If you were brave to try to save this love a long time ago, don't tell me that it's brave to say I'm sorry, but I'm leaving you today. Must have been hard to admit the truth. In my shoes. Now here you are, standing in front of me, saying that you want to go. Don't tell me that it's brave to say I'm sorry, but I'm leaving. Don't tell me that it's brave to stay when your heart's already gone. If you were brave to try to save this love a long time, tell me that it's brave to say I'm sorry, but I'm leaving you today. Have you even thought about what happens now? Do we tell the kids who gets the house? Now here you are, standing in front of me with a bag in each hand, and you can say anything to help me understand. Don't tell me that it's brave to say sorry, but I'm leaving, 'cause I'll tell you that it's brave to stay. What's wrong? If you were brave to try to save this love, saying goodbye. Don't tell me that it's brave to say I'm sorry, but I'm leaving. Sorry, but I'm leaving. Sorry, but I'm leaving you today. Don't tell me that it's brave. Don't tell me that it's brave.
That was the sensational Jackson Line with Brave. Just such a great performance from them. Just brilliant, absolutely fantastic. Be sure to be following the Jackson Line on the social media handles just below. And be sure to follow Rachel as well with Scarlet River Management. They do so much for artists and so much work that goes in from their entire team. Now, coming up now here on Live in the Living Room is the performance from Celine Ellis. It's the one that I get to choose week in, week out. And again, this one is from Celine Ellis. And here she is with her song, Fallen Angel.
Fell so far away from grace, has no business in this place. Tells a story with her eyes, now this angel cries. Ooh, ooh. Troubled spirit, wounded soul, dragged her wings across the combs. Pours a drink to disappear, hides behind her tears. Ooh, 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 ooh. Fly again, fallen angel. Fly again. She sings, helps her mend her broken wings. Desperate need to stay on track. She's been to hell and back. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Fly again, fallen angel. Fly again, fallen angel. Fly again, fallen angel. Fly again, fallen angel. Fly Fly again, fallen angel. Fly again, fallen angel. Fly again, fallen angel. Fly again, fallen angel. Fly again.
So be sure to follow her on social media. Her handles are just below. And whilst you're at it, check her out on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your music from. And check her whole catalogue out. She's got some fantastic songs out there already. Just another reminder as well that we've still got tickets available for the Bedford in London for the Live in the Living Room Gives Back. Now, if you head on over to our social media pages, you'll be able to find out exactly who is performing on November the 7th and where to find tickets. Coming up next, though, is the instructional and advice segment of the show, where we want to help you as musicians to hone and enhance your skills, whether you're a seasoned professional or if you're a newcomer. Here today is Graeme Campbell, where he is giving us advice on strumming techniques.
Hi everyone, how you doing? This is Graeme Campbell in for Live in the Living Room. I'm just going to do a really quick video just to show you 3 of the techniques that I use for strumming and picking, that kind of thing, just to get some different sounds, just some different dynamics as I play. This is really aimed at beginners, but hopefully if you're an intermediate player or you've been playing a while, you'll pick something up, something useful from this as well. So the first most obvious one and the most common thing that people do obviously is strum with a plectrum or a pick if you're American. So depending on how your hand is, how size fingers you've got, etc., everyone holds the pick a little bit differently. And what I do, and sorry this isn't closer up, is I'll tend to put the pick just on the side of my finger here, and then my thumb goes over the top like that, so it kind of looks like that. And I don't hold it too tight. I tend to use either these kind of heavy Gibson picks with the H on them, or I'll sometimes go slightly lighter, and this is a 0.73mm pick by Dunlop that I'll use as well. I prefer the sound of the kind of celluloid, like more old-fashioned picks like the Gibson ones and the Fender ones, but they break really easily at gigs, so I'm often going back to these kind of nylon or Ultex, whatever this one's made of. So I kind of strum with quite a loose grip. It's enough so that I can hold the pick, but it's not so much that my hand's really tense, because you want a nice kind of easy action with it. And so I'm not putting a lot of force into that, I'm just kind of letting gravity do it. And obviously if I want to get louder, I can just hit it a little bit harder, but not too hard. If you hit it too hard, you get the... and your strings kind of bounce a bit and you get all that kind of fret buzz. So yeah, just keep it nice and light and kind of airy. And then if you need to put in the extra dynamics, you don't actually need to put that much more into it. You just kind of a little bit heavier. Don't grip it any tighter. Just kind of a little bit heavier on your downstrokes and your upstrokes. But you'll be able to gauge that yourself. Just play a lot. That's the best way to kind of to do that, because everyone has different arms and different hands, and everyone's got different strength levels and stuff as well. Okay, so next one I'll move on to, and I use this one a lot on acoustic actually, probably as much as I use a pick, just depending on the kind of music that I'm playing. So I'll use my fingernails to strum. So I've nicked this idea, well, I kind of was influenced really by guitarists like Wilco Johnson from Dr. Feelgood, who are kind of like, if you've not heard of them, in the 70s, they were kind of pre-punk, kind of R&B, but kind of Rolling Stones type R&B, a little bit kind of heavier and a bit more raw. And Wilco had this technique where he wouldn't use a pick, but he would just kind of... get that percussive thing going with the backs of his nails on these fingers and then his thumbnail as well, and then kind of do his stabs, if you like, by letting pressure, you can't really see that for the mic stand, pressure on and off the strings like this. So he would kind of keep that driving thing going with a Telecaster, all the way through the songs. It kind of gave him the drive. So I've kind of adapted that for acoustic guitar, and partly because of the kind of style of music that I play and write as well, this is really handy. For getting just a little bit of a different sound. So for example, especially on a G chord, just that kind of thing. And it helps me do kind of faster stuff, And again, I'm not putting tons of effort into that, even though I'm strumming fast. I'm just really letting gravity take it. I'm letting my fingers kind of drop onto this. I'll kind of lift this a bit higher so you can kind of see it out the way of the mic. Just kind of letting these nails drop, and then the thumbnail, back of the thumbnail, not the kind of nail edge of the nail, but the back of it kind of does the upstroke, so I can get that kind of movement going kind of as we go like that. So have a play with that. Don't do it too hard. Start soft, because I did have lots of episodes in my early years, especially when out busking, where I would be kind of spraying blood like Iggy Pop all over the place because it would catch kind of there. So you just have to build up to it a little bit. But give it a try. Try and mix it in with your pick playing as well. And then the last thing, just very quickly, is this kind of thing where I'm kind of combining that technique with a kind of pinch technique as well. So again, this is good for just bringing, doing a kind of like bringing the song down a wee bit, having a little bit of a break in the dynamic, or even just doing a whole song like that. You just kind of get the, if those of you old enough to remember, More Than Words by Extreme, it's that kind of feel. But you can vary this. You can fit this into loads of different things. So what I do with that is I'm literally just having my fingers. My thumb kind of takes care of the bass string. So for the G chord, it'd be here on the E string. E minor would be the open E. A minor would be the A string, obviously, and kind of goes on from there. And then these other fingers are just kind of at the side of the strings there, and they just kind of pull up. So I'm not really kind of wrenching it up. I'm just kind of very kind of gently, just closing my hand, and just the force of that is enough to kind of sound the note. So have a play around with that as well. And there's no rule to say what you have to do. It depends what you want to get across. Depends how you want to sound, what you're writing, what you're playing, that kind of thing. So just mess about with it. Try different thicknesses of plectrum or pick. Try different things with your fingers. You can get into kind of straight finger picking as well, just that very arpeggiated sound. But just experiment. That's the way to do it. And remember the big rule, which you're using your fingers rather than a pick: don't go too heavy or you will bleed. Which might be good if you're a metal player, but it does get quite embarrassing if you're playing in a folk club or something. They don't tend to like that. Anyway, thanks for listening. I hope that's been useful for you, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.
Thank you, Graeme, for coming on the show today. Absolutely fantastic. And you made strumming look so easy. Anybody can do it. Really? Come on, you can do it. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Graeme, for coming on. Be sure to follow Graeme on his social media handles, which are just below. If you'd like to feature on Live in the Living Room, be sure to give myself, Dom Crook, or James Vince or Rachel Selleck a follow on social media, where we will try and help you and get you on the show. Coming up next is an artist that was chosen by Trey. Here is Mike Miz with High For You Now.
2, 1. Got an aching body. It's been a long, hard day, and there ain't one reason to carry on this way. I can't shake this feeling like I'm caught in a lie. The only penny in a jar full of dimes, just trying to get for now. So I'm gonna get high for now, high for now. There's a cardboard building beneath the drugstore sign. I see people sleeping underneath the marquee lights. The sky is orange, but the world is gray. There's yellow roses in the gutter someone just threw away. Just trying to get for now. So I'm gonna get high for now. I know people got it worse than me. You see it every day. Sometimes I let it get the best of me. So I guess I'm gonna stay now. I'm gonna get high so I'm gonna get high for now.
Thank you so much, Trey, for bringing Mike onto Live in the Living Room. Be sure to give Mike a follow on social media. His handles are just below. Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of Live in the Living Room. I've been your host, Dom, from Country Chat with Dom, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, where you can be in for a chance to keep up to date with the latest content, the music, the interviews, and the instructional advice videos for you budding musicians out there. Here is our final track of the day. It's chosen by the angel of the airways. It's Jess T. Here is her choice with the Burner Band with You, the Devil, and Me. Bye for now.
Broke my heart, dear, was the day you drowned. Can't bear to be apart, dear, so I keep you hanging around. This way you could go on living for all eternity. I gotta share you though with the man below. It's just you, the devil, and me. Saved your life, dear, but I loved it a little too late. Instead, I keep you right here in your resting place. The heartache overcame me, awoke the demon in me. I love you, dear, so I'll keep you near. It's just you, the devil, and me. You're always looking fine, dear, in your wedding gown. We never fight or squabble, we live peacefully. Now we're doing okay, I like it better this way. It's just you, the devil, and me. Cheers, thank you.